In the video he recorded yesterday calling us liars, he said in the video that we didn't want him to bring an advisor or use his cell phone. We really didn't want that, but we didn't forbid it because Glauber agreed. Bringing questions, an advisor, wanting to dictate the rules. It's even a bit rude. But let's talk to Glauber. And then he replied to something there, Pedrão. Go back there. Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's just really rude.
So I told him otherwise Glauber will come alone. And I told him that right then. I said, look, if Glauber doesn't agree and Lucas doesn't agree either, Glauber will come alone. We're going to do it because we were already in São Paulo, man. We already had the whole setup ready there. We had already left our families, left everyone behind. We had already rented a studio, rented an Airbnb, brought the equipment. We had already cleared time in Pedro's schedule. We brought everyone to do the debate. And then the guy isn't going to be there, doesn't show up. I warned, we're going to do it alone. But that's the problem. I think he knew we wouldn't accept it. I think he wanted us to cancel. Because the best thing would have been to cancel. Cancel this shit, man. Cancel this shit. There are 24 hours left. I don't even know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to ask. I thought this guy wouldn't accept this shit. Cancel it. We'll reschedule for later. But no, man. No. And this goes for any debate, man. Any debate. If we schedule a debate with two people and one doesn't show up and the other does, the episode will happen. Out of respect for the audience, out of respect for the guest, out of respect for our family, out of respect for our work, out of respect for ourselves, man. Out of respect for ourselves. The episode is going to happen. I made that very clear to him. I said there are a lot of people waiting to see it, right? And I even tried to give the guy a little encouragement, right? I swear to you, there's no reason to worry about this because Glauber is totally fine. Right? Yeah, he's busy. He'll probably run for governor. It was for that election that might happen in Rio, right? And then I went and said, just reminding you here, Pedro. At 8 p.m. on Sunday night, the episode would be on Monday. At 8 p.m., look, we talked in the morning. That whole conversation was in the morning. He gave the okay at 10:40 in the morning. Then at 8:27 p.m., he goes and sends it. Pavanato isn't going. A few hours before the debate, he said he only debates with preset topics. Otherwise, he won't go. There's no way he'll go. If he doesn't know what the questions will be like, he won't go. Guys, it's you who will decide. I want you to make your own analysis. Use your critical thinking. That's basically agreeing on the damn question, isn't it? You're steering where the debate is going to go. That's basically agreeing on the damn question, isn't it? Glauber accepted the phone. Glauber accepted the assistant. The only thing Glauber didn't accept was showing what the topics of the questions would be, that I don't accept. Because if Glauber showed what the questions would be about, maybe there was a topic he would say not to use. Glauber prepared 5 questions. He even talked about them in the episode. There were 5 different topics. Pavanato would probably say, look, out of these 5 here, I only want 2. And from these 2, I want you to switch this one. Try to find another one that works better for me.
Man, honestly, I don't even rule out that possibility. It could happen. But just so we talk only about what really happened, so we don't have any speculation on our part, he made several demands at the beginning, and we met all of them. He wanted Glauber. We went there, negotiated, and made it happen. I want it on this date. We went there, negotiated with Glauber, made it happen, set the date he wanted. He said, I want it to be, okay, let's do it in person in São Paulo. Everything he asked for, from the beginning of our work, our assignment. We did our job, our assignment. We did it from the start with competence, with honesty, and with a lot of transparency. It was done. Second part. We turned to him, explained the rules. He understands the rules and agrees to them. He accepts it. Is everything okay? Yeah. We create the artwork, get other people to do their jobs. We have Glauber take care of his travel arrangements. We do our part. Since Pavanato is from São Paulo, he was playing at home, in his comfort zone. Everything else was taken care of. Once again, we did everything that was needed. Third phase. With less than 48 hours left, and in the end, less than 24 hours before the debate, he turns around and adds, asking for 3 or 4 more rules that, in our understanding, for us, he canceled. That's not how we work. That's not what we do. That's not our job. We don't accept that. Out of respect for the public, the audience, and what we announced, let's try to do it the way you want. Glauber, do you accept the new rules? The new ones that Pavanato wants? Do you agree to do everything the way he wants? Because otherwise he won't accept. Or is it just the way he wants? The rule is his, the podcast is his, he gets the final say, the staff is his, the phone, everything is his, otherwise he won't come. If you go against him on any of these terms, he won't come anymore. And now there's less than 24 hours left for all this to happen. What do you think you should do? Because on our end, we can cancel, but there's a responsibility to the audience. Not just yours and ours, but his too. Since he doesn't have enough responsibility, we do. We wouldn't just decide to cancel the day before. No. That's not what a man does, no. Of a responsible man, so let's do it. Glauber turns and says, look, about advisors, man, he can put 30 people in there, no problem. I can do it with the room full of advisors. If it's going to bother me or not, no, I'm already used to it. I'm used to it in the chamber with people shouting. There can be a lot of people. It won't bother me. I accept it. He can bring any number of advisors. What about the cell phone on the table? Looking things up, chat, EPT? Man, let him access whatever he wants. He can put 5 cell phones on the table, 2, 1 as many cell phones as he wants to use, he can use. All right?
And Glauber said that live.
2 that he demanded. 2 out of 3 points that he demanded. Everything's fine, you can go. We don't like having the advisor in the room. We've already explained why. Because those guys will get in the way. Will they get in the way of the guy who's with him? No. They get in the way of the other one. They get in the way of the other one. Who doesn't know who's there? Who's there making trouble? Who's making faces? Who's making signs there? Anyway, they're distracting. They're clogging up a debate that was supposed to be about ideas. People are sharing opinions without joining the debate. If you want to debate, sit at the table. Advisors who want to debate should request a chance and join the table. Don't just stay on the sidelines giving opinions. It's not about disliking the advisor, but the interruption feels disrespectful. You know, it's rude to do that during a debate, but Glauber accepted. Can you use your phone? We don't like it because it's not just the ideas of the guy sitting at the table. I want to get to know the lawmaker, the politician there. You have the ability. If he has composure, you know, if he's ready for what he's going to face or not. And using the phone is cheating. Because you're going to ask. He'll give you an answer right there. He'll give you a soundbite. So, I want to know who the guy really is and what real potential he has. I don't want to see him there pretending to be something he's not, a capability he doesn't truly have. That's why we dislike the cell phone. But he agreed. Then, when it came to the questions, Glauber asked me, no, my questions. There's no way I'm telling him what I'm going to ask. No, so I'm not going. Man, you made 10 demands. Then, with just a day left, there's something that your guy who's going to debate with you doesn't agree with. Do you think he's wrong and that we're lying? Are you serious? Are you seriously saying this on public broadcast and posting it online?
That we're setting him up, right?
Man, where's the truth in that? Show it. Bring this conversation here and show that there's something here that's not real.
No, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's not over. No, this is going to get worse. And let me tell you something, Albertino, like this. If we think about it, man, this is going to make you even more outraged. Man, yeah, you already...
I'm going to argue with you. Come on now.
You were already a college student. You were a student, right? You already took the entrance exam. I remember when you went to Diamantina, when you went to take a test to see if you could get into the university. And man, when you go take an entrance exam, one of those NM tests, you know you have to study everything that was covered. I wanted you to move on to the next one, because this conversation is getting to a point where I say, man, this is crazy. Crazy, right? But this is the moment when I talk to Glauber, right? Look, I think it's going to get a lot of views. A lot of people are going to watch, but it's good. It's your decision. It's your decision. And then Glauber thankfully didn't accept. He said, look, I'm not going to agree to that. And then Glauber shares that he had already bought the ticket, right? He took a bus to São Paulo. He was in Presidente Prudente, took a bus to São Paulo, and here he shows that he posted on Instagram. It's been about a month. I accepted the invitation from the Irmãos podcast to debate with this guy. Everything was set. I'll be there tomorrow. Everything's ready, right? I'll be there tomorrow at 3 p.m., but I have a feeling he'll run away. Will he? Even Glauber commented, you know?
A little
like,
push?
Man,
yeah, let's go.
don't run away. Come on, let's go. You asked for this. You asked for it. You wanted it. You were the one who chose the time, the place, and who it would be with. Come on, man. Let's go. Why make things difficult at the last minute, trying to make up rules where it's not possible, where there aren't any? But move on to the next one, Pedrao. This is the part where the advisor, this really caught my attention. Because he says, right? It's like, go like this, man. He said he only debates with the pre-selected ones, so he can study and prepare. So he can study and prepare with only 10 hours left before the debate happens. Seriously, Lucas, with so little time left before the debate, you're going to study and prepare? Is that why you wanted to know the topics? About the questions, what did you want to ask? And then he even suggests someone else. Lucas isn't going. But I can ask Adrilis. I can ask Adrilis instead of Pavanato. I think Adrilis would agree. No! 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 That wasn't what we agreed on. That wasn't what we agreed on. No! You don't have to put Adrilis in Pavanato's place, no. With all due respect to Adrilis, who has already debated here on Irmãos other times, right?
He debated with, and he comes without any advisors, comes without a cell phone, comes with nothing but his own ability.
He debated with Humberto, right? He debated with Gustavo Machado, right? The debate was scheduled with Lucas, so that's not going to happen. Right? And I told him, I said, like it or not, it's much more positive for you to come and, I don't know, even if you get steamrolled by Glauber here, it's much more positive than what he did. It's much more positive. This here,
the commitment he has to God's people,
of all
man.
the alternatives you had, you chose, instead of taking that in and improving and not doing it anymore. Now you want to keep defending yourself, saying that Irmãos are liars. So, make up your mind, man. Decide already. See what happened. A debate that had been scheduled for a month, where he chose the debater, where Lucas Pavanato asked to debate with Glauber, and Glauber accepted. Where Lucas Pavanato chose the date, where Lucas Pavanato asked to bring a cell phone, Glauber accepted. Where Lucas Pavanato asked to bring an advisor, Glauber accepted. And as Robertinho says, the only thing Glauber didn't accept was agreeing on what the topics of the questions would be. That was it. Just that. It's not fair, and that's why this debate didn't happen. Lastly, there's another interesting screenshot.
Just to wrap this up. Yeah. We've already said this before, but it's the most important point. Do you want to debate here? The rule is already set. It can't be that Glauber agrees to do everything. He would have already done it the way Pavanato wanted. Not on our part, no. Not on our part, no. The right thing was to follow our rules. Want to play here? Learn the rules. Want to play here? Learn the rules. What I respect about the guys, man, is that we gave that up. Not because I wanted to, not because Rodrigo wanted to. Just cancel it. It's not happening. Glauber, if Glauber accepted everything, but not that. Glauber didn't agree to coordinate. I don't reveal my topics. I don't say what I'm going to ask. I don't do that. He's absolutely right, in my opinion. He doesn't have to accept that. The debate was arranged a month before. Everyone knew about the rule when they accepted. Everyone knew how it was when they agreed. There are no kids, no boys. A man's word has weight. There's responsibility that comes with that word. So everyone who accepted knew how it was. And at the last minute, for you to say something like that, I don't want this one, man. Lack of responsibility, integrity, and honoring commitments. Facing difficulties doesn't excuse breaking promises. If you make a promise and don't keep it, how many times can you do that? How many promises can you not keep? It's not about whether you can do it or not. It's about keeping what you promised. You promised you would come. A man shouldn't need a signed paper for that. You know, if you promise something, man, die for it. But keep what you promised. So, it didn't happen. I didn't go because I didn't accept it. I'd only go with that rule, but that's not the rule. Glauber had no obligation at all, and I don't think he has to accept it. That's my opinion. That he really didn't have to accept it, no. We already made concessions on our side. If he wanted, we would do it. Not from our side. Nothing was missing from Glauber's side. If anything was missing, it was from Lucas Pavanato's side. It's that simple. There's a lot of talk here. Everyone will make their own judgment about value, merit, and responsibility. What I know is that on our part, nothing was missing. Nothing that we proposed from the beginning. You think before you make your commitments.
And it
Think
wasn't him
before
who
you commit.
accepted the deal, the agreement. He was the one who
agreements
proposed
were-
the agreement. The one who accepted the agreement was Glauber, right? Glauber could have maybe said, man, I regret this or that, right? But no, he was the one who made the agreement. He was the one who proposed it. And let me tell you something, man. Seriously, if you vote for this guy, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and say, damn, I vote for a coward. I vote for a coward. Because this guy is a coward. Yeah, if he's not, then show that he's not. Debate with Glauber. Not just in the Tres Irmãos debate. Debate somewhere else then. I'm sure that now, after this video here, there are a lot of people wanting to have this debate. There are a lot of people wanting to have this debate. And Glauber has already sent a message. Glauber has already said, I accept. I accept. Wherever he wants. Wherever he wants. He said he'll go alone. He said he accepts all your conditions. He just won't show you the topics of the questions. But I guarantee you that he will ask you about something you are obligated to know and that you get paid for. You get paid. And you get paid well, very well, to know it. He will ask you about Brazil, son. He will ask you about Brazil. That's what you say you represent there. Don't you represent Brazilians? Don't you love your country? Don't you want the best for your country? Or not? So you have an obligation to know. You're paid for that. You get paid very well. Very well. Funny that after the episode with Glauber ended, right? Because Lucas didn't show up for the episode. And then during that episode, on March 30th, we talked, right? Man, he didn't come, right? He told everything we're talking about now. Obviously, now we're showing screenshots. We're detailing everything that happened, right? But someone sent me this message here in my private chat. I'm not going to expose her name, but she said, man, Pavanato ran away from the debate with me on Spectrum. Also,